10th game of the season tonight. What's kind of been your biggest takeaways from the first leg of the 2023-2024?
I think we had a good start. Came in prepared and ready to go. I think last couple of games now hasn't been ourselves. We haven't been playing the way we've been wanting to, and tonight's a great opportunity to bounce back.
The power play burst out of the gate to start the season. A little bit of a stumble here. What's kind of, in your eyes, been maybe what's been going on, and how are you guys looking to revive it?
Yeah, I think it's obviously just getting back to the basics, to the foundation. Getting pucks out of the net, shooting a lot, and then just making plays. I think, I think that reflects a lot in our game. I think we haven't been ready in the games coming in these last couple of games. So, looking to change that tonight.
In your line, what have you liked most about your line and kind of the different personalities and skill sets it's brought to the ice?
Lark's obviously and Kat, two great players. They play with a lot of speed, a lot of finesse, and I've been finding each other good out there. So I think it's just about doing the right things and then let the other parts take over naturally.
And then last one for me, Newsy talked a little bit about just kind of prepping for the Islanders. What has the forward group been doing to kind of prepare for tonight's matchup in terms of just focusing on teams, play?
I think we need to go back to what makes us successful. I think that's our compete, the way we skate out there. I think that's the biggest parts of our game, and then everyone's, chipping in. And these last couple of games we haven't been doing that. So we know what team we can be when we play the way we want to, and it's time to start doing that again.
You getting ticket requests yet for Sweden in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been a lot of them.
People starting to text you.
Yeah, which is fun. It's my home country. I'm looking forward to playing back home, but like you said, a lot of tickets.
How many people do you think you'll have there?
I don't know. It's a lot. I don't even want to think about it.
50? 100?
Not 50, not 100. It's below 50, but it'll be a good amount of people for sure.
Thanks, Razor. Can you just preview the Islanders, kind of what things are doing well, and offensively, what kind of challenges do they present?
Yeah, they defend. They're heavy. Some of the things that have given us issues in the last couple of games, getting to the goalie, creating some zone time is going to be a challenge tonight. I like the challenge, though, against a team like this.
Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead, guys. I'll jump in. What do you want to see from these guys tonight, Newsy?
Better competitive starts. The last two games were almost identical, and for whatever reason, we just weren't competitive to start games. And then once we had some urgency in our game, we started chasing it in the third. That competitiveness came back, and we need a more competitive start. So that would be the challenge for the group. Just those two starts, the last two games out, have buried us, and you're just not going to turn on in the third period and win in this league.
Did you have, I don't know, obviously the tragedy over in England with Henry Did you have any ties to him at all?
No, obviously extremely sad, yes. Coached against him in junior. I was obviously in the league at the time. Jay Verity coached him. So it was a tough few days for Jay. Hockey world's very small. Very sad. We do have players with some connections. Personally, I have a 17 and 15-year-old boy playing hockey. It just really hits home. So our thoughts and prayers out to the family.
Do you ever, I don't know, do you guys ever talk, the guys ever talk about wearing neck guards or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the reality of it. It's mandated in some leagues. It just sometimes it may take things like this to have change like that. So obviously I would be all for anything for safety.
Lineup tonight?
Justin will be out tonight. Same forward group. So probably a little bit, again, more towards that rotation with all 70 healthy. So Justin will be the odd man out tonight.
You going with Hughes tonight?
Yep, Hughes will back in that tonight. Yep.
What have you seen from Clint Costin so far this season? I know he was a little banged up last week, but what has he kind of provided for this team?
He can be when he plays heavy game, he can be effective. It's just doing it all the time, not some of the time. And you saw last game was a perfect example. He had an impact on that game in the third with a couple of forechecks, some zone time. Obviously, he hit the inside of the post there. Obviously, we tied the game late. So just would like all of our guys, just consistency in his game all the time or some of the time.
Islanders, like Boston, a very structured defensive game. They want to shut you down, cut off your speed game, and that sort of thing. How do you combat against that?
It's going to be a challenge. It's especially the last 2 games. We had trouble getting to those hard areas. We had trouble establishing some zone time, and this is a team that's their identity. So beyond our guys, I'm hoping for a little more competitive group tonight. A little more overall compete from our team to work a little harder to establish some of that, either some zone time and to get around that goalie a little bit tonight.
It looks like Joe Veleno's earned more and more of your trust as the season goes on right now. How are you giving him more responsibility and just increasing his role on the team?
Yeah, I earned it. We're trying to win. We're trying to win every game, and every minute's important, and who it goes to, when it goes to, and he's certainly earned it. And if he can keep playing at a level like this, I think it's a good sign for obviously for him, but us as a team too.
And just in what kind of ways are you using him more, and what's part of situations?
More minutes, trusting him. You saw 4-on-4 situation. Knew we probably had to get him out the way he was going the other night. Use him in the 3-on-3 situation. Obviously in our top 9 now. Trusting him if his face-off dot comes up in the O zone. He's going to get it, and hopefully he can create. So just trust him in pretty much every situation. Obviously you see him on the penalty kill too.
In your mind, what does a breakout season look like, and is he in the midst of one?
I hope so, but again, I recall he had a really good start last year too. Obviously he's got 5 goals on the season. I just think the consistency, playing at a high level night in and night out, and he showed flashes of it at the start of last year, but then he kind of fizzled as it went out. So just again, being what he can be all the time.
No, it was a numbers game. Obviously, with sending Berger down yesterday. Did you see anything the last couple games that?
Yeah, the numbers game was probably right. I don't know if this was a fair look for him. A couple of the games he didn't get a lot of minutes, especially the one game. But we almost had 20 full minutes of special teams in the one game. Obviously. Would have liked when he gets an opportunity. It's probably with certain type of players. But my message to him going down was, there's going to be situations this year where you might come up and it's in a 4th line situation where it's an 8-9 minute role. You have to be able to handle that. Obviously, in an ideal situation, kind of where he was last year, where he comes up and he's in our top 6 or top 9, it looks a little different. But he's got to be prepared for both. So I like the fact he'll get down in GR, hopefully get his game in order with some quality minutes, and I'm pretty confident he's going to help us out this year.
Along with Veleno, Berggren, some of your other young guys that are down in GR, can you just speak to the development of guys? How it's not just a straight line for anybody, and the paths are different, but how that development unfolds in the coach's eyes?
Yeah, it just takes time. And again, when they're here, you want to be here and ready, not kind of clawing to play above water. So we're starting to get depth in our organization where we're allowing these guys to spend some proper time down there, and I think that's key. And I think on the big picture of where you're trying to get as an organization, it's a step you have to take.